One of the goals that we're doing with this type of video is I want you to have an incredible relationship with Jesus. When I came to Jesus, it was through a power encounter. People prayed for me and the presence of God came on my life and it has never left me. That presence of God was so tangible and so real that it became more important than anything that I saw in this world. And I surrendered all to Jesus. But then over a period of time, things started to try to creep in. Because I realized, you know what? I need a mate. I need to get married. So I started dating and I did some silly stuff like evangelistic dating, thinking I could date someone that barely knew Jesus and convert them to Jesus. And those kind of things didn't go well. And I would feel this heavy sorrow because sin started to try to grip me and it started to break that flow that I was feeling of this tangible presence of Jesus Christ. And I love this verse in the Bible in 2 Chronicles 12:12, where this king experienced this same kind of sorrow in the midst of a battle, in the midst of war. And it says this, when he humbled himself, the wrath of the Lord turned from him, so as not to destroy him completely, and things also went well in Judah. This king was going on the downgrade, and when he humbled himself and turned his heart back towards God, God spared him and allowed him to have a victory. I love what it says in 2 Kings 22:19. And this is something I think can minister to all of us, because over a period of our walk with God, over a period of time, our hearts sometimes can shift. It can become callous. It can become hard to certain things. Like there was a point in my walk where I couldn't hear cursing. And now sometimes on television, you'll hear it and you'll say, you know what, I'll just skip past that. I'll ignore it. But God calls us to have a tender heart. He says this in 2 Kings 22:19, because your heart was tender and you humbled yourself before the Lord when you heard what I spoke against this place. You tore your cloths and wept before me. And you know what happened? Once again, it says, and I also heard you, and then God responded. When we are willing to humble ourselves before the Lord, and we're willing to admit sometimes that we're allowing things to come in that we didn't before. These are the areas that I see Christians being pounded out on. You know, are you allowing foul language to just pound you out? Are you letting areas of sin come in that before you used to reject and begin to pound down your faith? Do like these men and women of God. Begin to humble yourself. Get your heart back to a tender place and ask Jesus to come in and to wash you and to give you the strength to turn away from those areas and to set your heart on pleasing and following after God. God bless you. Keep looking up and keep Christ number one. Peace.